Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 773, and today's topic is the manufacture of penicillin antibiotics. And in previous lecture I have already discussed the discovery of penicillin and how the fungal growth mold gave us penicillin, and discoverer was Alexander Fleming, and it was accidentally. Now the question came for long period of time, how to increase its yield, isolate it and purify it. So for that, lot of scientists in Oxford University started working, and that was the period of World War II. So there was great demand in large quantity. That was the need of that time, how to increase the quantity. So what they started, first they took the broth of a nutrient and in shallow tank, the Oxford scientists they designed, and with that there was some improvement in production of penicillin in large quantity. But later on in 40s, the Americans, they prepared a big tank, shallow tank, and in that they introduced sterilized air, and it was in presence of that is corn steep liquor, and that nutrient was little bit thick, and with that introduction the Americans were able to increase up 20 to 30% yield. So it was a big improvement, and they were meeting the demand because lot of injured people they were in need of antibiotics. And slowly, actually main thing here is selective fermentation, conditional fermentation, so that nutrient strain whatever is needed and required we can produce. And nowadays many people who are producing antibiotics, the plants and the manufacturers or industries who are involved, they are keeping the secret of the conditional fermentation because that is the most important point. But basically it is all fermentation. So with that they are producing this living organisms, and as you know that it is a type of fungal growth, unicellular multiplication, and that one is producing such type of chemical substance which used to kill living organisms or will stop the multiplication. So this is how people are manufacturing the antibiotics, and there are variety of antibiotics where penicillin nucleus is added and some other synthetic product are coupled, and there are different generic and trade names. So that one I will be discussing one by one. First here I am discussing the industrial manufacture and production of antibiotic penicillin, and only it is the basic is very conditional specific fermentation, and how we are using the nutrient, that is also very important, so that we can increase drastically the yield. So here the manufacture of penicillin antibiotics. Number one, antibiotics are the chemicals created or formed as part of life process of an organism, and which can kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microbes. That is, I have already mentioned even that one, that all these antibiotics, so penicillin is produced by the chemical substance produced by living organisms, and this chemical substance they are capable of either destroying or killing the other microorganism, that is bacteria. And number two, actually at that time it was World War II time, and there was great demand of antibiotic penicillin to treat lot of injured soldiers, and there was big pressure on all industries and universities. So in 1938 at Oxford University, they developed the methods for growing, extracting and purifying. Actually, serious issue was how to extract and then how to grow and how to purify. So the growing, extracting and purifying, it was serious issue, and secondly in large quantity, because with that method what Alexander Fleming gave in 1928, it was very difficult to get in large quantity from that mold. And so this Oxford scientists, they developed the method to increase drastically the yield of the antibiotic penicillin. Enough penicillin to prove its value as a drug. So soon the work began on how to manufacture penicillin from mold efficiently. So they know that from mold we are getting this penicillin, and that penicillin is antibiotics. So they were concentrating from that mold how to get the penicillin, that antibiotics in large quantity. To make penicillin in large quantity, that would be needed to treat injuries and other infectious diseases during the period of World War II. This was the biggest demand at that time in 1938, 40, 41, how to treat, because antibiotics is a very powerful drug to control the secondary infection of injury, and many people were dying because of the secondary infection during injury. It was not possible to recover. But once the penicillin was given, 99% injuries were recovered. So there was great demand to produce in large quantity. So in Oxford University, the experiment had shown that Penicillium notatum, this Penicillium notatum was the fungus from which actually penicillin was isolated, grew best in small shallow containers. So they tried to develop it in small narrow container on a broth of good nutrients. And then penicillium production needed lot of air, sterilized air nowadays it is used. In the United States, it was discovered that large deep fermentation tanks, they developed very big large fermentation tanks, and in that they were supplying air continuously. Sterilized air could be used to sensitize air, was pumped on continuously through the tanks. The production increased even more when the corn sleep liquor, a thick sticky mass. So what they did, they added corn strip liquid, that is thick sticky mass, and it was very good nutrient for those fungal growth, and that production proceeding was added to the tanks. And corn strip liquor contains concentrated nutrients, and that was possible to increase 20 times more. So it was a big breakthrough, and Americans were successful to increase by adding the corn strip liquor, and that is a very powerful or concentrated nutrient for those microorganisms to grow, and it went the production more 20 times more. So they started producing in a large quantity. So number 3, today the manufacturers of antibiotics maintain pilot plant facilities, and whose purpose is to upgrade yields and to bring out improvement in processing procedures. Actually their main target is to how to improve the yield and the processing process, and also to check the strain and mutation. That is very important in the manufacturing procedure. And lot of studies are made today on strain improvement. That is very important. Still lot of improvement is going on time to time to improve the strain and in column conditions, fermentation conditions, and various combinations. For example, improve mutant strain almost always require adjustments. So these are always a type of adjustment. Strain, mutation means change, and what type of change, fermentation conditions, and those things they are adjusting. And all these adjustments, it is a secret trade of that industry, and they maintain it. But those people who are working there, of course, it is known to them, but they maintain the secrecy of all these conditions. And mainly it is the condition of improving the yield and fermentation condition and different type of strain and mutation. Improved mutant strain almost always require adjustment in the fermentation conditions in order to achieve high yield. So their main target, how to maintain the standard and how to get the high yields in fermenters, and that are obtainable in shaken flask. And number 4, since all of the antibiotics are made aerobic fermentation, and there are number of similarities in the process used for the production. So since they are all aerobic fermentation, basic is fermentation, only there are some conditions are changing here and there how to improve the yield. So the basic condition for all antibiotics to be produced is the aerobic fermentation, and there are number of similarities in the process used for the production. Many of the specific details regarding the plant scale production of given antibiotic, with certain exceptions, remain trade secret. That is the trade secret, those conditions. And however, the general outline of these methods of the manufacturing of antibiotics are well known to those who are connected with the industries. The first batch of penicillin that was obtained should be the mixture of 5 different substances and which had common basic structures. And I am going to give all those 5 common structures in the next point, that is point number 5.